Book haul, it's a goddamn book haul. Hey friends, I have a lot to share with you for this book haul video. A big fat stack to go through of really delicious goodies. So I'm not going to do my usual waste time thing. Let's just check in with the Magic Duff Bucket. What have you got for me today, Magic Duff Bucket? Sugarfoot Stout from Rapture Brew. So let's get into it. I went to McKay's. Yeah, I did. Now that I'm a Tennessee resident, I'm not that far from McKay's in Chattanooga. So I went there. So, why don't you take a drive with me? Well, you're not going to drive. You're just going to appear there and see what's on the shelves. And then by that time, I'll have poured this. So I thought it'd be a groovy, fun time to do another book haul from Tennessee and return to the McKay's where I came a long time ago when I was in Chattanooga, and now it looks like it was hit by a tornado. But we're gonna go in anyway. I told him, yeah, it'll grow back, even though we know it won't. Oh, hey, you're back from the... Shut up. They're back. You're back from the trip. How about it? Yeah, other than that thinner, not a whole lot going on. And who the hell is Becky? That's what I want to know. And I know we should all be getting down into it, but who's Becky, and what right did she have to put her name in first edition paperback of Thinner? So I was tempted, but instead of bringing that back and showing you the book, I just showed you the image of the book, which is the same thing. Now I don't have to store it. We both get to enjoy that find. And then the UK end of watch. But you know how that is. You start collecting UK covers, and you got to collect all the books, and then, then where are you? You're over at Waterstones in Goldsboro and etc. Yeah, and then you're really out. So McKay's was sort of a bust. Oh, I neglected to tell you that this is the July book haul and August folded together. I just never got around to doing the July book haul video for you. So, and I didn't really have a whole lot at the time, but I'm folding it into August. Like a thing you would fold. Fill in your own Mad Lib thing. So the first thing I want to show you is this very cool chapbook from Levidian. This is nutty. This is a nutty thing to have because this was, I got this as part of Brian James Freeman's Patreon support level. I'm in at the $10 a month level. He previously did the Joe Hill You Are Released chapbook, signed by Joe Hill. Awesome. I unboxed it for you. There's proof. Go look at it. And this is super cool. And it shot up on the secondary. A lot of people are looking for it. And then he came out with this one, which is a chapbook by Bev Vincent, illustrated by Francois Valancourt, called What's in a Name. It shows the working title of Stephen King novels and the covers that could have been. Then you might not have known that Thinner was going to be called Gypsy Pie. It's a little on the nose. I like Thinner better. The Annie Wilkes edition. Instead of Misery. And there's no way you could guess what Eyes of the Dragon was almost titled. That's right. The Napkins. Yeah. So it's loaded with stuff like that. It's very cool. These are all super cool covers that could have been, because, when you're doing a working title, you don't know what you're going to settle on, what the publisher, marketing team, all that stuff weighs in. But it's super cool. And I was really happy to have it. It's signed by Bev Vincent and Francois, and I have number 222, which matches my other chapbook. And I thought it'd be a really cool thing. But this thing exploded on the secondary. It was offered to people. So like I said, subscribe at the $10 a month level, and if you pay for the whole year, you get like 16% off. So it's actually somewhere around $88 for the year. And this chapbook was selling for $250. I haven't checked recently. Sometimes there's a lot of initial FOMO and regret that get people to pay those higher prices, and it was sort of a surprise thing, so it took the secondary by storm. It also came with individual postcards, so Getting It On was the working title for Rage, and all these little postcards, great little added bonus, so you really get your money's worth for supporting Brian James Freeman's Patreon. This is bonkers. I don't want to sell it. I wanted it because I thought it was cool. If it was a Bentley Little chapbook that was getting $250, yeah, Beef Daddy would part with it. But this is cool. I want to hang on to it. I just find it interesting when the secondary market reacts in such crazy ways. And of course, I took my postcards out of the shrink wrap, which doesn't necessarily devalue them, but if you're going to sell it, you got to keep it as minty fresh as possible. He's got 2 grand slams so far for these 2 chapbooks this year. And he just announced that he's going to be sending out signed advanced review copies of an anthology that he edited for Cemetery Dance called Dark Screams. So that's going to everybody at the $10 a month level. I mean, it really is worth your time to support Brian James Freeman's Patreon. No lie. Any level you can. Up next, you may have already seen this, but I'm just going to flex again. This is the Marla advanced review copy from Earthling, and I, of course, have it signed. So this came in. I did an unboxing for it, but these things are so cool. All right. Up next is a book I bought because of Russell Coombs. He is a John Avide Lindqvist and Anya Alborn diehard collector. He also has the most obnoxiously ridiculous, huge collection of revivals by Stephen King. I don't know why anybody would want to get the award for the most complete set of revivals. But there he is, our man, Russell Coombs. Well, he recommended this book, and Valancourt was publishing it, so he sent the link up. It was only like $25. And it sounded really cool. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's called Swedish Cults. I think it's the first time ever translated into English. It's a modern classic of Scandinavian horror that has been called Swedish Lovecraft on acid. Available in English at last. And the first, I don't know how many, got this cool postcard. And it's signed with a doodle. It says, Confused Lovecraftian monster at sea. I don't know why he's confused, but there he is. So yeah, it's a really cool read. It's going on the TBR, probably near the top because I like the cover. It's printed like aqueous printed, which means the cover, the material feels like skin. So it's a hardcover. Skin. Up next is me buying from a company that did me wrong. You did me dirty, Cemetery Dance. You may recall I unboxed my Nightworms package, which was supposed to have a book in there that I really wanted, titled Sallow Bend by Alan Baxter. Only Cemetery Dance did not get the product to Nightworms in time for them to ship out their packages on time. So they were faced with a choice. Do we wait and then send out the package as promised and get everybody sitting there waiting for their book and grumpy and all, curmudgeon-y? Or do we take a book from the next month's package, substitute it, and send it out and hit our deadline? Well, that's what they decided to do. They sent out Dark Tide by Casey Jones instead of Sallow Ben. Unfortunately, I'd been dying to get this book. I'd really wanted it. I was looking forward to it. And I had to go without, which, I don't blame Nightworms for. But they did include in that package the signed book plate, which is smart, because if you include this, then people are going to want the book to put it in. And they're giving their customers the value they promise. So I ordered it from Cemetery Dance. They got a sale. I got the book, and I'm going to put the book plate in it. I'm very happy to get it. I'm just not happy it's a paperback. I wish it was a hardcover, or I wish it were a hardcover, which is correct. But right now, their trade line doesn't do hardcover editions. The first trade hardcover edition they're doing is going to be Gothic. And I ordered that. Pre-ordered it. It's coming out in February. But you can get this right now, Sallow Ben. I can't speak about this book. I haven't read it. I will read it, and I'll do a review. But Alan Baxter wrote a hell of a fun, ripping horror story with a deeper point called The Rue that I highly recommend. So I'm excited to read another by that author who did a fantastic job, in my opinion. The rest of this book haul is dedicated to Philip Fracassi, who's just lighting it up everywhere. The guy's on fire. I think Fracassi's Italian for on fire. I don't know. I'm not a linguist. But as we get into the Fracassis, the first one I have is a book I don't remember buying. I actually asked Philip if he had it sent to me. He doesn't recall that. He said, I know I didn't do it, at least not sober. So I have no idea who to thank for this book. I looked through all my receipts, all my PayPal stuff. I must have purchased it. And the only reason I would have purchased it is because it has a Fracassi story in here. That would be my only guess. So I don't know. A mysterious book shows up on your doorstep. You don't ask too many questions. And I got this cool little sticker and this. I do know I currently have a book on pre-order with Hybrid Sequence Media. It is also a Philip Fracassi story. It's called The Boy with the Blue Rose Heart, with mad, insane, wonderful art. So I'm really looking forward to getting that one. I'll unbox it here for this channel. But if you want it, go to Hybrid Sequence Media and order yourself a copy. I don't know if there are any left, but the first 100 had insanely awesome illustrated bookplate that went with it. Signed bookplate. So get over there and check that out. Next in the Fracassi Fat Stack is Gothic by Cemetery Dance. This is the advanced reader's copy. That's what that says. Okay, advanced review copy. So he sent it to me as a birthday gift. It was very sweet, very nice of him, and he inscribed it to me. For Jeff, this book is cursed. It damn well is. You got to read it. I thought I wrote the best blurb for Gothic that I thought would sell all the copies out. But since it's been offered as a review copy on NetGalley, people have been reading it and sounding off, and the raves are delightful to read. They put my blurb to shame, some of these. But it seems pretty universal. This is a book people dig. They really, really like it. There are very horrific parts, but it is a fun, wild ride into obsession. Great book. I did a review on it because I read the Earthling advanced review copy. Yes, this is a flex, just like the Marla. But this one is not signed. No, this is not signed. So this is coming from Earthling this October. Yes, October. November. This November is Gothic. October is Marla. And this is February. The Gothic from Cemetery Dance is February 2023. I have a trade paperback and a trade hardcover. Like I said, it'll be their very first trade hardcover published by Cemetery Dance in their trade lineup. They've done other trade editions that are hardcover, but this is a new era, and they're doing a whole trade line. So, Gothic, get it, got it, Gothic. See, get it, got it, Gothic. Or just got hick. This is a Fracassi book with no home as of yet. It's Observe. It's his sci-fi novel. I've read the first paragraph, and it was sweeping me away. I was reading Don't Let Them Get You Down at the time. I need a breather from that book. This showed up in the mail from Philip Fracassi, and I started reading it just to see, and I started getting pulled in right away. So I'm very excited to actually get some time to read it, whenever that'll be. But the book currently has no publishing home, which I'm sure that'll get remedied and sorted out, because this is a book I'm sure people are going to want to read. So right now, I'm one of the lucky few. The last thing I have to share with you is this really cool poster of a foreign language edition of Sakulina. And I believe this is the Czech Republic edition. And I need to frame it. Signed by Philip Fracassi. Very awesomely cool. I love it, love it, love it. I want to hang it. I love that sick orange sky. Makes me think of 1408, that Stephen King story, 1408. You could see. See down there. So, yes, the foreign language Sakulina. I don't know if I'll ever collect foreign language books. Their covers are usually very creative and with an eye on good design, title design, and all that. In many cases, I find myself preferring foreign language books just because their cover art is so cool. And that's the case with this one. But again, that's a rabbit hole that'll drain your money to go down that and get books you can't read just for the covers. So you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, is what I'm saying to you. So this is my book haul. There's a lot in here, a lot of goodies, great stuff, and a lot of it you can get if you're following Philip Fracassi, if you're subscribing to Cemetery Dance and Earthling newsletters and what have you and all that. So you can jeff your shelf with these books. I'll drop links in the description so you can go shopping and get them all, and also, read the plot synopsis or the marketing materials to see if these books are your bag. Because I don't do a whole lot. Like, what's Swedish Cults about? Did you hear it from Beef Daddy? No, you didn't hear it from Beef Daddy. You just saw it. Looks cool. And I gave you a little synopsis. But if you want to go deeper, it'll all be there. Go ahead, enjoy your trip down the wormhole or rabbit hole or wormy rabbit hole. A hole filled with maggots in rabbit skin. If you think of the skin of a rabbit is like a big sack, and inside is just squirming maggots, and there are hundreds of them stuffed in a hole. That's a wormy rabbit hole. Wormy rabbit hole. You know what, kids? Why don't you draw a picture of what you think a wormy rabbit hole would look like? And then send it to the North Pole. Santa's a sick baby. He likes that stuff. That's all I got for you right now. You can either go shopping or go to sleep if you're not asleep already. But I recommend you get some of this Fracassi goodness before it's all goneness. but who am I? Oh, also get you some Rapture Brew. Rapture Brew. It makes anything else tolerable. If you're going through an IRS audit, if you're in a high-speed car chase, Rapture Brew makes it all bearable. But seriously, I got to go. I got to put up a lot of links. So whatever you're doing, you're running from police, you're getting audited by the IRS, have a beverage, have a book, and stay frosty.